I'm Katie, and welcome back to That Hygge Life. Today I am going through my yearly bullet journal pages and seeing what I need to take into 2021. I already actually have these pages made, but I made them in July, so they are kind of outdated and I don't like them or the order that they're in. So I wanted to remake them and have a completely fresh start going into the new year. Since these are all yearly pages and I will be looking at them all year long, no matter what my monthly theme is, I wanted to keep them pretty simple and generally appealing to me personally, so that they don't clash or bother me while going through the year. So I will be using my favorite colors and keeping all of the doodles and lettering very simple. Since everything is going to be very simple, there isn't going to be a ton of talking while I work because, well, it would just be the same thing over and over again. I will talk a little bit more about each page if it needs a description or some clarification as I am working on those pages. So if you have a question about a certain page, click on the timestamp for that page. And if I still don't answer your question, definitely leave your questions in the comments below. Check the description for a list of all of the products that I use and affiliate links for all of them on Amazon. The grid spacing cheat sheet is kind of self-explanatory, and if you've seen any bullet journal setup pages before, you've probably heard of this page, but you pretty much have a page where you count out all the squares and you count out all of the different spacing that you normally use and just put all of the numbers and lines on one page. That way, when you're making other pages, you can simply refer to this one and know where you need to put your lines instead of having to count every single box on every single page that you make. Usernames and passwords is pretty self-explanatory, and I'm only setting up the lines and the title for this page, obviously, so that nobody steals any of my information. The year at a glance and important dates. Double page spread is also pretty self-explanatory. I will have a space for each month of 2021 and put all of the important dates here so that I can quickly refer to my entire year and see if anything is coming up. My 2021 goals, again, pretty self-explanatory. I'm not even sure what goals I'm going to be putting on here, but I will maybe post that on my Instagram page when I fill out this page completely. So definitely go and follow along that Hygge life on Instagram. I change my morning and evening routines pretty much seasonally, and I come up with a new video to show you guys what my routines are for each season. So definitely hit subscribe if you aren't, if you are interested in what those are, and I will link my past morning and evening routines in the description box below. But I like to have as you can tell, I really like lists. So I like to have a list of things that I like to do in the mornings and things I like to do in the evenings. That way, when I am figuring out a new routine for the season, I have somewhere to refer to that I know that all these things make me feel great and connected. The seasonal self-care ideas are simple things that I would really like to do in each season. I will do a double page spread for each season, starting with winter and then doing all the seasons, obviously. And all of these self-care ideas are just things that I always think of doing in whatever season it is, and sometimes just completely forget about it. So if I write it down, maybe it'll remind me that, hey, this is something I want to do. My cleaning calendar has all of the things that I need to clean or all the things I need to keep track of on a monthly / seasonally kind of like grid space, I guess. It sounds a little bit more complicated when I'm just trying to explain it, so hopefully watching me set it up in the video makes a little bit more sense. But pretty much you put all of the things that you need to clean either monthly or seasonally in a list, and then you have a column for each month, and I am just using a dot to mark when I need to do each thing. So if it's a monthly thing, every month we'll have a dot for cleaning that, and if it's a seasonally thing, then only once in a little while will I have a dot to do that. Again, hopefully watching the video makes a little bit more sense than me trying to just say it. My exercise/measurements tracker, again, is pretty simple. On one side, I have a place where I can kind of like color in what exercise I did that day for each day of each month for the whole year. I like having lists, as I've already stated, and I also like being able to see a large amount of information on a small space. So I think that this is a really cool page personally because I can see how many times I've worked out, what workouts I did for the entire year. And vice versa on the other side is a tracker for measurements, measuring different parts of your body, checking my weight. This isn't a huge like, oh, I need to lose weight and I want to track everything kind of page. It's more just I'm curious on what my measurements change and if I was exercising or not, and just kind of gathering information. There's not really a huge like goal I have with really any of this information. I just think that it is interesting and it's always good to keep track of things like this because if things ever did really get out of hand, I would be able to know instead of just looking at my body dysmorphia in the mirror. I actually have solid facts that I'm either getting thinner or stronger or larger or whatever. It's an easy place to look and just bring myself back to reality. My GYST list stands for Get Your Shit Together, GYST. These are all the things that I try to do on Sundays to prepare myself for the week ahead, and they're just stuff that I usually do anyway, but having a list just reminds me about them and helps me to remember all the things that I need to get my shit together. I have 4 different categories for that: cleaning, personal, Rain, who is my husband, and my pups. I don't do all of these things each week, but I try to do most of them. Again, just keeping things clean, keeping myself taken care of, making sure I'm taking care of my husband and my pups. Just a list to help me look around and make sure that things are being taken care of. And this last page for this video is my monthly total trackers page. If you've seen my other monthly setup pages, you'll see that I do a trackers page where I track all of my Apple Watch rings, how many steps I get in a day, and the distance that I go with those steps, I guess. I don't know how it tracks the distance, but I track all of those for my month. So each day I each day I get into my journal and I fill out all of those different sections. And then in this journal, I go through at the end of the month and add everything up to see my total move minutes and my total exercise minutes and the total steps I took in that whole month and all of that kind of stuff. Again, there's no real goal for this. I just think it's really interesting and I like being able to see everything kind of totaled up. And then even at the end of the year, if I wanted to, I could add up all of these numbers and see for the whole year how everything added up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my bullet journal yearly page setup. Until next time, remember, the world needs you. Keep going, keep dreaming, and keep reaching your goals. Bye.